starting up or scaling up. Work happens everywhere.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Contest of Speed as the AM3 division will be taken on the 20 corner circuit with two DRS zones at the Baku City circuit. I am looking forward to this Grand Prix, and if it's anything like the EU3 that was happened earlier today, we are in for an absolute spectacle of a show. I am the Johnny Damon, and alongside me tonight is Cost Mindset. How are we doing tonight, Mindset?
Doing good, doing good. Hoping the race is a little bit more entertaining than AM3 or EU3, considering only three people finished. But hopefully it'll be a good one.
Absolutely. There's a lot of very tight 90-degree corners, and probably the trickiest section on the track is going to be, I would say, from turn 7 all the way to turn 12, which is going to be the castle section. Very, very tight up the hill through castle. And you can't really fit two cars through there anymore as the cars have gotten wider and the track has stayed the same. So, it's going to be patience and mind games, and a lot of undercuts will be coming into play tonight. But I am excited, and hopefully the AM3 guys can, come out here and show everybody how to drive around Baku, and just put on a great show for us here in Azerbaijan.
Yeah, for sure. While we wait for the lobby to start, we'll go over standings. We'll start with the drivers' standings as we have a brand new leader up at the top of the table after winning two races in a row. It's Nick AC in the Williams, 5 points ahead of Red Arrow. Red Arrow not having a great last two races, not even finishing on the podium in either one of them. Um, his highest finish in the last two races was fifth, but he's definitely looking for a better race here in Azerbaijan today. And Paulin, three third places in a row. He'll move up to third place. Still 43 points behind Red Arrow, but he's in the podium position. Pablo, is Pablo in here today? Yeah, Pablo is making his return again today. So that'll be nice to see from him. SR Frame having a good finish last week. P5. Speedy Bullet and the other Williams P6 dropping a few spots after getting taken out in the last few laps of Belgium last week. Whitjay and the Ferrari moves up. M1K and Gru both move down. Shipman and Days 10 11. Easy 10 12. Zenki 13. Loggy 14. Entree 15. Not had a great season so far. Just only 2 points to his name. Then Goose 1. Angel. I think we're all rooting for Angel this week to get a point on the board for Alpine.
Yeah, I'm sure the Alpine team is excited and not excited. Just
Yeah.
kind of looking at the standings there. They have 0 points in constructors, so um, I'm sure they're hoping for some sort of good result. And I don't know. I mean, who knows with the way Baku has been
Yeah.
for the previous divisions? It's really anybody's race.
Yeah, you just honestly just got to keep it clean and make it to the finish line. But Williams 26 points ahead of Haas. Haas can tie the lead if they have a perfect, or actually they can take the lead. I don't know what I'm saying, but as long as Williams gets no points, Haas can take it. Alfa Romeo P3, Alfa Tauri 4. McLaren moves up to halfway into the table P5, Ferrari 6, Aston Martin jumping up a few places 7th, Red Bull 8th, Mercedes 9th. Not a great season for Mercedes so far. And Alpine last place, but here we go. We are in quali right now.
And we are seeing a dry track so far for the qualifying. I don't know what people's take is, but wet weather could come into play for the Grand Prix, as we saw earlier with the EU3 division. That wet weather came into play, and boy, did it cost a lot of lives. We're still trying to roll through the infield care center to make sure everybody is okay after all their incidents that they've had here at Baku in the EU3 division. So um, I'm pretty sure they don't want to be dealing with AM3 guys at the same time. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting as well.
Yeah, first car out on track, the Aston Martin of Chipman here. I guess we'll go on board with him since he's first out. So got to get your
Definitely.
tires nice and warm around here. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Yeah, coming into sector 2, which is going to be the tightest sector on the entire circuit. This is turn 7 here as Chipman's making his way through. And then the wonderful castle section of turn 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then off the exit right there is turn 12. He's making his way down this long, I don't know what you call this. It's not really a straight, but it's like a left-hand corner, or whatever you want to call it, into um, turn 16, which is a very heavy braking zone. You don't want to get, side by side going into that braking zone. Otherwise, you will cause a massive pileup. But in the meantime, Chipman is working his way around turn 19 and 20 down, probably, in my opinion, one of, if not the longest straight on the calendar this season. And he's got that ERS going, the DRS flap wide open down into turn 1, heavy braking all the way down into third gear, back on the throttle, making his way into turn 2. Getting ready to open up that DRS flap right off the exit, keeps it right on the edge of the track. Baku's where you got to use all the track to your advantage, making a run all the way down in turn 3, which is going to carry him all the way through turn 4. And then he's got sector 2 right in front of him. This can cost you a lot of time if you don't nail the castle section. But he's got a 36.4 so far through sector 1, as he is the first car to put down start a lap into turn 7. It's a confusing corner because if you get onto that inside curb of the apex of 7, that can kind of bump you out to the wall, but if you also hit it right, you can get a great run through there. Off the exit of 12, he's now going to be making his way through turn 13, and then it's going to be the wonderful turn 14. Now, all about the exit here going into turn 16. As he's making his way down the hill, he might get a little bit of a toe off the Red Bull or the Haas in front of him. Off the exit of turn 17. He's got 18 right in front of him. Very high speed section here. You want to make sure you don't put it inside the wall here off the exit. Now he's coming through turn 20. He's got the long straight in front of him. Using the DRS. He's got the Red Bull right in front of him. Not close enough to get much of a toe. Heading towards the line. He's going to put down a 143.042 to get us started here in qualifying.
Yeah, not a bad lap by him. First lap of the session. That's his banker. Let's see. It looks like we got Red Devil coming across the line. Let's see where Red Devil will go. Red Devil goes P1. Not by much, actually. Only about less than a tenth. So close between the top 3. Loggy still about 5/10 back between them. And I think the prediction in chat should be how many people are gonna die in the castle section. I think it might be a few.
Yeah, and M1K decides to top the timing charts here with a 142.4, so nearly a half a second ahead of Red Arrow in 2. Let's see, we got a Ferrari right now making his way towards the line, and I don't. That is only one Ferrari on the grid.
Is it?
Oh,
there's 2.
Oh yeah, it's easy 10. Never mind. I'm a little blind. I'm also a little tired. 5 hours of sleep total between 2 days, so I'm rocking and rolling tonight. Let's see here. It looks like Waffle Raptor. No.
I think okay. Pablo's about to start his lap. Welcome back, Pablo. We've missed you.
And Waffle Raptor is making his way through turn 20, and Nick AC30 has already.
You can kind of see his body just in the back right there. Looked like he just went deep into that corner right there. And Waffle Raptor is going to shoot up to P4 right there. Two and a bit tenths behind. I didn't even realize M1K had a 42.4 So good lap from him. Apparently EU3 pole was a 41.9, so that might be around the time to beat right here. Grew gonna be going into the pits after looking like he lost his wing. Loggy's gonna go into the pits. Paulin jumps up to P6 after getting P3 for 2 weeks in a row. Congrats on that. Angel now gonna be crossing or starting his lap right here.
Yeah, you know, the very sad part is, though, is Nick AC30 with back-to-back wins between the last 2 weeks. And he is the first car to DNF in qualifying. So he's going to be starting from the P15 position.
Yeah, the championship leader.
Very, very unfortunate for him, as he's got a lot of work and a lot of ground to make up to put himself back into contention for the victory.
Whitjay
And
retires
Whitjay,
on track. Actually, does he? No, I don't think he does. I think, yeah, he retired on track. Or no, he lost his wheel, I guess. Okay.
yeah, Whitjay hits the corner off the exit of turn 19, and we got cars literally losing their wings and their lives. So the infield
Dropping
care
like
center is
flies.
already rocking and rolling today.
Pablo gonna cross the line with his first lap time back. Goes P2 just by 9 thousandths behind M1K. Good lap by him. He'll definitely be pleased with that with his first lap back. Electric Entree, not the greatest season so far, as I said earlier. Looking to get some good points. P15, he's starting his lap right now.
Oh, and Angel off the exit of turn 15 puts that car into the wall. And I stated before we started qualifying that is going to be a tough corner for all these folks as they head into the heavy braking zone of turn 16, and he just managed to catch that wall. Now he got a loose tire in the middle of the track before turn 20, so it doesn't seem to be catching people off guard, but who knows. And I'm not exactly sure what Angel's doing, but he still comes across the line, no front wing.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure what that was, but when I was on board with Entree also smacked the wall kind of hard. I don't think he lost any body work, but coming through the castle section, let's see if he can keep it clean. Jesus, that camera angle is horrible. Got to go like on board with them through the castle. Yeah, we'll ride on board with Entree here. Coming down to the hard braking right here. Got to make sure you don't lock up into the wall here. It's actually surprising. You don't want to touch really any of the curbs around the track besides a very slight few, as these curves are definitely very deadly.
Yeah, absolutely. The curbs are not anybody's friend here in Baku, but now he's making a really quick lap here as he's coming, but I don't think he's gonna put himself anywhere inside the top 10, or he might get P10, but at the time being he is looking at a 145.8, only about a tenth and a half off of Angel.
Stopped on the side of the track right here, looking like, I'm not sure what he's doing. Maybe just getting a look at the buildings closer. But looks like we got, who is that? M1K is going to be starting his next lap. 8 minutes, 8.5-ish minutes left. Looks like Zenki also going to be coming across the line for his first lap of the day. Paulin on his lap, actually 3 and a bit tenths up for Paulin. That'll still leave him around PA. Let's see how much time he has to gain here in this last sector.
Yeah, Paulin's got that DRS flap wide open. He's making that run towards the line. Has he got any improvement? He's got 3/10 improvement, and that jumps him right up into the P8 position. I'm sure he was hoping for a little bit more time on that lap. But, you know, Pablo and M1K are actually only separated by 9 thousandths of a second. So they're pretty close here for the 1-2 position. I was on board with Red Arrow, as he's not necessarily really up on his time, only by about a half a tenth, and he really gets on that curb in turn 16. Kind of gets the car a little loose as he's making his way down into turn 17. Now he's got this long, twisty, windy, fast section here of
Just
Sector
barely
3.
up. About 100th off
Barely
the red
up.
arrow.
Oh no, now he's got to make his way off the exit of turn 20, heading towards the line. Got the DRS flap wide open. Is he gonna dive
He's
into
gonna
pit
dive
lane?
into
He
the
goes.
pits.
Let's see, who else is on a lap heading towards the line? Might be M1K actually is on his way towards the line, making a round turn 20. Did not see where he was in the sector 2 split, but he has backed out of his lap and he's going to be heading towards pit lane, so he must not be very happy with his second run there.
Yeah,
Zenki, however, has a purple sector 2, so this is looking pretty promising for the Aston Martin of Zenki as he's making his run down the long straight, getting ready to open up the flap. He's got it wide open, heading towards the line. He's going to keep it in the middle of the circuit, and he's going to come across and get the new provisional pole only by 1/10 of a second over M1K. The Aston Martin is looking fast tonight.
Yeah, well, less than a tenth above M1K right there. Close between the top three right there. Looks like we got Days Freak gonna be finishing his first time lap. Gonna be valid. Doesn't look like it's gonna be very good from him. Actually, maybe no. Coming across the line, he's gonna jump up to P10. Not the greatest lap for him, but looks like ASAP Loggy is gonna come into the pits, and I think Gru, yeah, Gru is gonna be coming across the line. I think he's backing off though as well. He is blinking. He's not gonna pit. Okay, looks like he's gonna do another cooldown lap maybe. Looks like Waffle Raptor is gonna start his next lap.
So I just got word from Red Devil that the predictions are up so far. You can go ahead and jump in and make your prediction here. You can go number of finishers tonight. We got 12 through 15, 9 through 11, or less than 9. That is your 3 predictions. I'm going to lock my prediction in with 9 through 11. I have a little bit more confidence and faith in this AM3 division. I hope these guys are going to keep their cars straight, keep the wings on, and manage to all finish. You don't have to be the fastest to the line. Sometimes you just got to take what you're given in regards to finishing position, because salvaging points here at Baku is very key, especially when we're heading into almost the back half of the season. You want to try and salvage as much points as you can so you're not losing time to the cars in front, or points to the cars in front.
Yeah, I don't know though. I have a different opinion. I have less than 9 on my prediction here. I think just based off quality and how many people have lost wings, I think it's not gonna go so great. We do only have 15 racers tonight. Waffle Raptor, the game said he did go purple sector 2. He was about 4/10 up. Let's see where this will put him right here. He's gonna break into the 42s, so he might jump up to P4 if I'd say. Oh, his teammate Days Freak giving him a nice tow. Waffle Raptor, yeah, jumps up to P4, a 120, a 142.928 for him. Good lap from him. Pablo going to be starting his last lap, I believe. Yeah, 3 minutes left. It's probably around his last lap. Chipman in the Aston Martin going to start his last lap. Going to try and join his teammate up in P1. Red Arrow on a lap right here. The driver's second in the championship after getting overtaken. Looked like he was about 2/10 up on his lap right here. It's not going to be enough to challenge for pole unless he gets a phenomenal last sector here. 5/10 up. Maybe I thought wrong. It's going to be tight to the line.
He is on pace for a pole position if he can nail sector 3. And it seems to be going pretty well for him as he's got that flap wide open now. He's making the run towards the line. What is he going to put down for a time? At the line, he gonna go all the way up to 4. Not close enough. Unfortunately, he lost some time in Sector 3 there.
Yeah, it looked like he pulled a Lewis Hamilton right there, going a little bit deep into turn 1. That's what that runoff is there for. But M1K, the driver in second place right now, just about a tenth to gain on his lap, starting his last lap right now. We'll go on board with him to see if he can do it. Red Bull gonna get out of the way nicely for him, as you can see the heat radiating off the track there. That camera, got to get close to the wall. Had a little bit of room to spare there. Let's see how close he gets to this wall. Touches the curb slightly, not the greatest exit. Pablo goes P1 by, what is that, 8/10 for Pablo?
Yeah, great
Wow.
lap by Pablo. Almost 8.5 tenths ahead of Zenke for the pole position, as Zenke is currently out on his outlap, getting ready to start his last lap, but he's only got a minute left here in the qualifying, so he wants to get to the line as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think Pablo definitely just set in a dominant lap right there. I'm pretty sure, yeah, EU3 had a 41.9. So he's already 4/10 ahead of that. Let's see what M1K's split is coming into here. He's going to have to gain almost a second on his lap here to even challenge for Pablo, and he's down on his lap. Looks like M1K is not going to challenge for pole today. Zenke right behind M1K. We'll go on board with Zenke to see if he can make the line right here. 25 seconds to get to the line. It's going to be really tight. I don't think he made it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Zenke. He's got 15 seconds to go as he's got down to 10. Opens up the DRS flap, heading towards the line. He's going to get across the line with only 3 seconds to spare.
Nobody else behind him is going to get the lap. Zenke has the best track right now for his time. We'll go on board with Zenke to see if he can challenge for Pablo here. A little bit of wheel spin on that exit right there. Want to get a little closer to the wall to carry more speed. The middle sector, though, is where you gain all of your time with those tight technical corners. Cuts it in nice and close to that wall. Good exit. Going out wide. Looks like we have an Alfa Romeo right here getting out of the way for Zenke. Zenke looks to be on a pretty decent lap right here so far.
Yeah, he's a half a second up on his time, just about. So that he's only got to gain almost 3 more tenths here in Sector 2, and he has potential to put that car right on pole.
Takes that curb nice and good right here. Let's see how tight he keeps it through the castle section. Misses the apex on entry just slightly. Good line through the rest of here. Sure not to run wide. Good exit. I think Zenke might get it right here. It's going to be tight. Let's see a second sector split coming up right here.
Yeah, I'm on board with him as he's heading into turn 16. Uses a little bit of the inside curve, and he's got a great exit as he's making his run down the hill. And he is currently 8 tenths up on his time. Purple Sector 1 and Purple Sector 2. Almost 9 tenths, just shy of it. Heading through, don't know these corner names, but he's heading through turn 20 now. And he's got the DRS right in front of him. He's going to open up that rear flap, making a run towards the line. How is he looking? Is he going to put this car on pole? He's down to a 145, and he gets it by 18 thousandths of a second over Pablo. What a lap.
1,000 seconds. What a lap by Zenke right there. And man, that's going to set up for a nice battle into the turn 1 right there. Zenke and Pablo. I believe Zenke did have a good qualifying performance out in Belgium. If I do believe he got, what was it, P2 I think, and he unfortunately got P7. Not a bad finish for him, but after starting P1 or P2, Zenke's definitely looking for redemption here. And there you have it, Zenke, Pablo, and M1K, your top 3. Red Arrow, second place in the championship, P4. Chipman 5th, Paulin 6th, Waffle 7, Easy 10 in the Ferrari P8, ASAP Log in the Mercedes 9, Days Freak P10. Rounding out the top 10, Electric Entree 11, Angel in the Alpine, close to points right there, just 2 spots. Gru 13, Whitjay 14, and the championship leader may be trying to do a last to first. Who knows?
Absolutely. Nick got a lot of work on his hands to be able to put this car up into podium position, as this is a very competitive circuit and very hard to make passes. You're going to see a lot of moves be made down the start finish straight.
Nice and dry.
Not very many going from turn 3 to turn 4. But in the meantime, while we are currently waiting for the Grand Prix getting ready to start, I just want to reach out and let you all know, if you are looking to join a wonderful league, come on in, join Contest of Speed. We are always looking for drivers, whether it's in any of our European divisions or our American divisions. We are currently working on building up an Oceania division, and if you are on PC and only want to race against PC players, go ahead and join, and we will get you set up into the PC division as well. So just take a look at it, join the league, and put your times in, and we'll get you right where you need to be in the respective tiers.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at the weather, looks like it's going to be nice and dry for the entire race. Maybe some wind will push some storms in at the end of the race, but here we go. 5 lights, and away we go. Let's see if Pablo gets a good jump. Pablo looking to get a lot of wheel spin. Pablo on the mediums, though. Zenki on the hards. Red Arrow diving down the inside of M1K. Going to keep it clean. Pablo with a little bit of a snap right there. Everybody actually surprisingly kept it clean right there. It's like Zenki on the... Oh, and we got a spinner. Looks like ASAP Loggy. Yeah, ASAP Loggy went around and spun Paulin right there. And there we go. We already have a safety car. Lap 1, turn 2. That's very unfortunate for Loggy right there. Paulin, no wing.
Yeah, that's a very unfortunate incident. It looked like there appeared to be a little bit of a lockup from the Mercedes as he was making his way through. Potentially got into the back of somebody and just couldn't keep that car under control. And it managed to put him into the outside wall off the exit of turn 2. Paulin Hill's going to have to go into pit lane and put on a new set of tires. I'm not exactly sure what he's going to be looking at. He has a perfect opportunity to go for another set of mediums and then just kind of trail with these guys, make the moves patiently, and well, there's a good chance, you know, Paulin Hell can still recover from the lap 1 incident.
Yeah,
but
long
if
race,
we look at it,
I think many more safety cars to go.
Absolutely. And if we look at it as well, Nick AC30
Oh,
and
lost their
somebody
wing right there.
yeah,
Was that a
I want to
McLaren
say I believe that was
No, it wasn't.
yeah,
Actually,
he's missing an
he's
end
missing
plate.
an end plate, but that was a whole wing on the track, was it not?
It looked like it from that point of view, but I'm looking through the grid here and everybody seems to have their front wings, so I'm not exactly sure what that was.
I guess one of the marshals must have
Oh,
dropped the
Easy
extra front
10
wing
doesn't
on the
have a
track.
front wing, so Easy 10 dives into pit lane,
Our culprit.
and he's looking to change his, yeah, the culprit. He's looking to change his front
Both
wing
the
as
Ferraris
well.
are pitting double stack for Ferrari. See if they can get in. Potty, 5 gifted subs to the channel. W Potty in the chat. What do you think, Potty? What a guy. And our biggest winner, our championship leader right now, up 8 positions. I was looking at him earlier, and it looks like his wing is all good in chat. Is all good, and looks like he's gonna keep pushing through the chat. Or why am I saying chat? Pushing through the field. I'm looking at the chat right now. That's why I'm saying chat.
Yeah, it's one of those days today, you know, where both got exhaustion on our minds, so our words are a little bit jumbled. Yeah, currently down 1 driver here. ASAP Loggy did not manage to make it through turn 2, and that has claimed the first life in AM3. So we still got 24 laps to go, folks. So let's hope we can keep everything straight from here on out, since we will be restarting on a rolling start here, and there won't be any side-by-side action, hopefully, fingers crossed. And yeah, I mean, we're already down one guy, so in the first lap, so are you sticking with your prediction of less than 9?
I mean, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more people gotta go. I think looking at it now, it might be a little sketchy to get. But if we get one like every lap, maybe maybe we get one car to crash through Castle, and it's like at least 3 cars right there.
Yeah, castle section's gonna be the toughest part for all these drivers. Hopefully, none of them try to go side by side through there. If we do, and both drivers manage to survive, I think they both deserve like $10 for that. Because
Yeah, if they make
to
it
go
both
side
through.
by side, yeah, to go side by side through castle, it's a pretty wild move to be trying to make. As Angel dives into pit lane, so he's going to be dropping to the back of the field. So Alpine still needs to make up another 5 positions to end up in a point-paying position. Um, just looking at the chat, though, Cost Formula 1, the brilliant action today is brought to you from our very own Brewski and not Tom Carter. So who do
Let's
you want
go.
to be today, Mindset? You want to be Brewski or do you want to be Tom?
I'll be Brooksy. I'll be Brooksy.
All right. I will be Tom Carter today, even though the Johnny Damon is nowhere in existence tonight.
Yeah, I think Cost Mindset couldn't make it either, so we're stepping in for him.
Yep.
But yeah, looking at the tire graphic here, pretty split up to the top 5. 3 hard runners, 2 medium runners, and then 2 other hard runners, which are Gru and Paul, and down a little bit further in the field. But medium seems to be the majority tire here. I think one stop is possible here. Yeah, medium hard, medium hard, hard medium. Jesus, man.
Yeah, one stop is definitely in play here. You could see some drivers try to extend out as much as possible if we keep getting up.
Yeah, up and Novak.
Banned for impersonating. Well, I mean, yeah, sorry, Tom Carter seems like a better fit name for me tonight, so I guess we'll be sticking with that. And Potty, I agree. Who is Johnny Damon and Drip's Mindset? Nobody knows. They just fell off the face of the earth and haven't found their way back yet.
All right, here we go. Safety car in, and M1K hit the back of Pablo or Red Arrow here. It looked like we had some safety car shenanigans. M1K gonna have damage on his front wing here. That is no bueno for him. Or that's going to be a penalty for somebody, I'm sure, in the stewards. But looks like we're very tight right here. Pablo all over the back of Zenki's gearbox, waiting for Zenki to go. Let's see when Zenki goes. Zenki goes right now. Pablo with a good jump right here. Pablo might have a chance into turn 1. Actually, I don't think so. But here we go. M1K going to dive into the pits here quickly, get his wing repaired as quick as possible. And Pablo actually going to look for the move, going to stay back though. Nick AC, our championship leader, making up a move on Crew. Nick going side to side.
Nick is trying to find his way through the grid here as we're making our way through turn 2. Are we going to complete turn 2 this time? Yes, we do. Now we're heading towards turn 3, and your front 2 leaders have pulled a massive gap in only 2 corners.
Yeah, I'm just looking back through the field here. Everybody made it through turn 3 and looks to be turn 4 cleanly. Here we go, uncharted territory, coming up to the dreaded castle section. We'll ride on board with our leaders here. We have a massive gap between everybody. We'll see if they can get through with no problem. And that they can. It's just, Red Arrow gets really close to the wall. Looks like everybody made it. Good for everybody right there. Coming through the field, Pablo leaves the session. See if you can get him in as quickly as possible.
Absolutely, I'm currently working on that as we speak. Invite has been sent, and he should be rejoining soon.
Seems pretty clean through the back of the field here. Looks like we're going to get one lap full of racing. It looks like Electric Entree and P10's missing an end plate. Maybe going to be driving to the pits here.
Yeah, Nick AC is already up to the P5 position. Does he have an opportunity to make a move on the Walker down into turn 1? He kind of breaks out of the slipstream, but Easy 10 just down to the inside of Days Freak. Side by side through turn 1. Both
Angel and
cars
Entree.
have
Entree
made it
off!
through.
Entree out of the session!
Oh
Got that on
no.
camera. Entree locks up without his front wing into the turn 1 barrier. There's 2. 5 more.
We are doing a countdown like it's New Year, everybody.
Yeah. Hey, we did get one full lap of racing there, though. I bet Pablo, if he is watching the stream, is very happy. Looks like Pablo's actually back in, so that safety car definitely will help a little bit for him after his unfortunate DC right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only that, but this is going to help drivers extend their tire life. But the thing is I've done this before in my own race at Azerbaijan, and this can cause a lot of confusion, really mess with strategies with these constant safety cars, because you're not exactly sure how much green flag we're going to get to the end. And so at some point, somebody is going to dive into pit lane and lose all that track with a potential safety car coming out later. And the next thing you know, everybody else is diving into pit lane. And with as close circuit that this is here at Baku, it can really throw off your strategy and make you start to question it. So it's really just trying to stick to your strategy calls and making it work as much as you possibly can. So let's see if anybody's looking at the pit lane here. Everybody is staying to the right-hand side of the circuit, and it does not appear that anybody wants to make that move into pit lane.
Yeah, looks like everything's going to be all good. Nobody going to be pitting. I think the only driver that would have pit would have been Entree, but he unfortunately crashed out right there. Yeah, looks like... Oh, actually, Days Freak pit. Okay, Days Freak going to be coming to the pits. We'll see what tires he's going to go on. He is on the hards. Oh, never mind. He went to hards. He went to hards. I'm not sure what tire he was on before, but M1K, the driver's starting P3 down to P13. Going to be looking to make it back from the safety car helping him. Hopefully no more safety car restart shenanigans and another wing lost, but who knows.
Absolutely. We're making our way through Sector 2 as we speak. So safety cars should possibly be in this time by as the two back markers are starting to catch up to Whitjay here. So as we're making our way up through Castle section, very tight section on the circuit. Probably the tightest section on any circuit will be Castle section. And I'm going to put that over Monaco as well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just the way the corner is and going uphill, you know, starting with a left, you have to kind of keep it to the right, back to the left just to make the right-hander off the exit of Castle. So
Yeah, I mean, at least you can go too wide in Monaco. You can't really go too wide through Castle section.
Absolutely. Just looking at the chat as well, Deathstorm, Mindset, who do you have winning the NCAA tournament?
Man, I hope my Michigan State Spartans win it all, but I don't think they could. I mean, hey, for me personally, I think they have a really good route to making it to at least the Final Four. We just gotta win on Thursday against Mississippi State, then we'll probably play North Carolina, the 1 seed in our division. I think we could beat them. If we play good and score more points than them, obviously, we'll beat them. But I hope my MSU Spartans win. Who do you have?
Man, I'm going to have to go a different direction than you are for that one. I kind of got two teams that I would love to see win. However, with a scary injury that happened since I live in the wonderful city of Gainesville in Florida, I'm only 3 miles, not even 3 miles away from the University of Florida. So kind of got a root for those Florida Gators. But they had a very scary injury to one of their starters with a broken leg.
What seed are the Gators this year?
Yeah. So my other pick has been my favorite team for many, many years. The Kentucky Wildcats. I've been a big fan of them since Rajon Rondo was a Wildcat uniform.
Deathstorm, you're so unoriginal. UConn, come on.
Yeah, no, that is pretty unoriginal. I'm sorry, Deathstorm. I really hope they get upset by the number 16 seed.
I do too. That would
just
be
so
great.
I can laugh.
Hey, I also hope North Carolina would lose to the 16 seed, because then if we beat Mississippi State, we're playing a 16 seed in the second round. But
that would be nice.
What seed are the Gators this year?
I believe they are number 7.
Hey, we got a Gamecocks fan. Wait, is South Carolina in this year?
Yes, they are. I think
are?
so. We got a
Tennessee
gold Bulls. I am so sorry about the Bulls.
I think they're going to get upset this year.
But we are getting ready to go back to green flag. The safety car message has come across the screen. Safety car will be going in this time by.
All right, Pablo, yet again, trying to get the move on Zenke into turn 1. He's almost touching Zenke with how close he is. Let's see if Zenke's going to go the same time. Maybe earlier for Zenke. The earlier he goes, though, the more slipstream Pablo has to get a move into turn 1. If it was me, I'd probably wait as long as possible here. And here he goes. He goes earlier than last time, looking to catch Pablo a little bit sleeping right there. Let's see if anybody's going to make a move into turn 1. Pablo not going to be close enough. Red Arrow going to look for the move maybe. No, keeping it behind. Nick AC, our championship leader in P5. Everybody not going to make a move into turn 1. Zenke with a really good restart right there, gaining 6/10 to Pablo. Pablo also has about 7/10 to Red Arrow. These front two have really quick setups I'm coming to see more than anybody. See if everybody keeps it clean behind. Looks like they do.
Yeah, off the exit of turn 3, heading toward turn 4. Biggest gap at the time is the 1.4 seconds that Grew has behind Chipman.
I'm looking at Nick AC right here. Nick AC is going to look for the move before the castle section. Going to stay behind. Nick AC is on the medium tires right here. Getting stuck behind the Waffle Raptor just slightly. Coming through the castle section right here. Waffle having to brake a little bit harder, making Nick have to brake a little bit harder right there. Nick going to look to try and get past him as quick as possible. The front three have gained a 1 second gap to Waffle from the not greatest line through the castle section right here.
And everybody has kept it off the wall, off the exit of turn 16. So it looks like we're going to complete another lap under green flag for the second green flag lap here in Baku. Only 2 dead so far, and now it looks like we got a DRS train starting to kind of form. If Waffle Raptor can get back within that 1 second, but AC's looking around the outside into turn 1. Fortunately, not close enough.
I don't like these moves from Nick, forcing Waffle to go defensive right here. Waffle looked to have a pretty quick straight line speed set up right there, and he was gaining, but forcing Waffle to go defensive there, he lost more time to the pack in front. But yeah, the top 6 here looking to start their own train right here, and grew all the way down to P13, P7 to P13, gonna have their own train right here. Nick looking for every single chance he can to try and get past Waffle Raptor right here. It's unfortunate for him because there's not a lot of spots that you can go for a move safely through here.
Waffle gets a little loose off the exit of turn 6. That allows Nick AC to kind of close right
Waffle
back
goes
up
a
to the
little
back
deep.
of him. Now
To the
making our
castle.
way up through the castle section.
Looking like everybody kept it clean again. Hopefully everybody's starting to get into a rhythm here. Waffle into DRS of Red Arrow, but Red Arrow now has dropped out of the DRS of the front two. Pablo maybe going to drop out of DRS at Zenki. DRS will turn on this lap though. So these guys need to use all the battery they can to stay in DRS for now and then gain it back later.
Oh, and we got a 2-car pileup off the exit of turn 18, and that was between Angel and Easy 10. They
I
both
missed
went
it.
around and into the wall. Very unfortunate there. I'm not exactly sure what happened. It looked like Angel and Easy 10 were looking to go side by side, and unfortunately, one got caught out in that mistake, and both of them went around.
And just like that, 4 down, 3 to go. Man, I really wish that I caught that one on camera right there. And Angel got to unfortunately fall short for another week in a row. Not going to score points for Alpine. Yeah, Nick AC actually caught the safety car. Safety car came out at a perfect time for him. He is the, I believe, the, what's it called? He's
Capitalizing on the safety car?
yeah, he's capitalizing on it, but he's provisional leader. After coming out of the pits right there, he got the safety car. Yeah, provisional P1 right there. Especially with the safety car coming out right here. Nick with a great strategy coming out on the hards. You should be able to stretch hards to the end, right?
Yeah, he can definitely stretch those hard tires to the end.
Oh, he's on
And
softs.
honestly,
Wait. Nick AC on softs. Maybe
What?
to try and use the softs to make his way through the field and hope another safety car happens. I actually thought he was on hards.
yeah, so in all honesty, Paul and Hell, Chipman, and Whitjay are all in prime position here.
Yeah.
With Pitton, you know, the mediums can definitely make it to the end the more safety cars we have for Paul and Hell. Chipman and Whitjay on hard tires, so they will have no problem
See,
getting
our
to the end.
leaders are pitting. All 4 of our front leaders right here, all into the pits. Pablo should have overtook Zenki right there. Maybe do a Vettel in China. Days Freak gonna take the lead of the race on his 5-lap old hards. Not a bad strat from him though either. If another safety car does come out like it has 3 times already, there's 2 more safety cars, so it could happen. M1K, after getting wing damage off the first safety car restart, putting himself in P2. And our championship leader making his way from the back of the grid to P3 right now. He is on the soft compound tires, though. He will have to make another stop. I think everybody else who's going to have to make another stop at least is the top 3. I think everybody else could at least stretch it to the end.
Yeah, I mean, Days Freak and M1K has already made a stop. They are on 5 and 7 lap old hard tires. But with the amount of safety cars that have already occurred through 11 laps, they really have not put much wear into those tires. So The grip level is still going to be there. It's just going to be a matter of um, saving them under the safety cars and potentially having to save a little bit of tire life as they're making their way around the Grand Prix here. As long as they can stay in front and not battle each other, they'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah, Days actually did start on mediums, and I think Days has really only done like 2 racing laps on those hard tires. Everything else under safety cars. So I think, yeah, Days and M1K could be pretty good here. Days and M1K both have completed their mandatory pit stop to a different tire. So yeah, Nick AC is really the only one who's gonna have to make at least one more pit if we don't get another safety car here. But safety car in right here. We'll see where our new leader, Days Freak, goes at. Zenki has been leading the entire way, P4 right now after the safety car restart and after pitting. Let's see.
The nice thing for Zenki is he is on a set of fresh medium tires, sitting in a prime position of P4. Nick AC30 is definitely going to have to pit again because those softs are going to be a struggle to go the final 15 laps to the end.
Days waiting really long here. M1K
yeah,
fiending to go. He's going to go in 3, 2, 1. 1.25, 1.5 go. Days Freak with a really good launch on M1K right there. Nick gonna look for the move down into turn 1, maybe with those fresh softs. Gets out broken. M1K goes deep. He baited M1K into that corner. M1K joins a little bit crazy right there after locking up. And now Nick AC gonna chase down Days Freak, our leader right now. Coming down the field. Red Arrow gonna look for the
also
move.
on the charge as well in that P3 position. Making our way through sector 1 of turn 4, heading towards turn 5, which is a very strange type of corner of the right-hander and then back to the left, or sorry, of a left-hander and then back to the right. It's kind of hard when I'm looking at the front of the car.
I think Nick is gonna try and force Days to make a mistake here by going deep or faking a move here. The same way he did to M1K. M1K dropping down to 6th, and Days with a little bit of a snap there. That's gonna allow Nick AC to go through. Zenki right behind him. Zenki gonna try and get through as well. Days Freak gonna try and stay in his slipstream with a little bit of lockup on his front left right there. DRS won't open for another 2 laps here. But it's definitely going to be interesting. Zenki going a little bit wide there with Pablo right behind Red Arrow as well. Looking like we're going to have a gap form from 5th to 1st here. Zenki really close. Going to get the move done on Days Freak before turn 1, it looks like. Pablo also going to be close. Pablo going for the move here. Going to stick behind for right now.
And grew through the inside of Paul and Hell and M1K in turn 1. He was able to double overtake down the start finish straight and put himself into P7.
Yeah, only one spot that's not going to score points right here. So all you got to do is finish the race. Days getting swallowed up by Pablo, and Red Arrow going to look for the move now on Days. Days just has to get those hards back into temperature, especially against these brand new medium runners. His tires should be better by the end of the race if he stays on them.
Yeah, we're heading into the castle section now, and Nick hasn't been able to use those soft tires to his advantage. And Gru has retired into the castle, and there goes Days Freak as well in the castle section. He has locked up and drove straight into the wall on the entrance.
And just like that, folks, one more car for the points. My prediction maybe wasn't wrong after all, but oh my god. Whoever chose to come to the great country of Azerbaijan did not think this through.
This is one of those tracks where you gotta put in that practice. You can't just expect to show up and go out there and have a clean race because it's very, very tricky, very slippery circuit
Is
and
Nick AC
easy to
gonna pit
lock
here?
up.
There is one more safety car after this. One more safety car of VSC, and no, Nick stays out, surprisingly. Zenki stays out, Pablo stays out, Red Arrow out, and Waffle out. Everybody did not pit. Actually, sorry, M1K pit, but Chipman's going to stay out. So M1K, our only pitter right there. Very interesting. How's that ice tasting?
Yeah, a wild Grand Prix so far here in Baku. Everybody is struggling to find their way around the circuit to stay under green flag. So I don't know, man. I mean, this is not a lot of people are happy about this being on the calendar, but again, you know, it's one of those tracks you just can't show up and expect to make it to the end.
Yeah.
Without any practice. I mean, you got to put in a lot of practice to get around these city circuits, such as Baku and Monaco, and Singapore as well.
Yeah, Days Freak, unfortunately pulling the infamous I am stupid into the barrier right here after locking up. Yeah, the walls are very hungry around here, and they've claimed 6 victims so far. One more for the points to pay out for less than 9. Still 12 laps to go in the race, so a lot of time. I think we've definitely done more safety car laps than racing laps.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've only really done 3 full green flag laps around the
That's
Baku.
crazy.
So.
That is crazy. Yeah, I think it's around 3 to 4 maybe green flag laps. I wish the safety car would come in right here, considering everybody's caught up, but we're gonna go one more.
Yeah, it would be great to get the safety car to get out of the way. And wouldn't it be great if the game just said, all right, I've had enough. I've led more laps than any driver on the grid. I am going to park my car for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, Burnt Mylander for driver of the day. Our safety car driver. Congrats to him for leading the most laps this race.
Yeah, I agree with you on that driver to the safety car tonight. You know, the red flying Mercedes out there, nobody can keep up with the safety car.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Nick AC is all over the rear bumper of that safety car, but he's not quick enough to get by him either.
Sadly, I think that's the only Mercedes that's going to be leading this season.
I can't believe you just said that.
Unfortunately, hey, it hurts me too.
Oh man.
I hope.
Are you talking for the whole season, or are you talking just for Baku?
Maybe the whole season. Mercedes hasn't put on a great performance in this tier, and I hate to say it too, because I'm a Mercedes driver. I'm in the Mercedes team. I hope one of the Mercedes though can lead in real life. That would be beautiful. Coming up to,
in real life, yeah,
Australia
that's the best joke you've had for us all night tonight. I don't see Mercedes even putting that car close to the Red Bulls on the grid.
We can have. Let me have some hope.
Your hope has been shot, my guy.
Hey, it's all right. Coming to Australia, we can only hope. Max hits like a capybara or something and crashes out of the race.
You know, honestly, yeah, nobody wants to see Max win every single race, but I think a McLaren's got a better shot at winning a race than a Mercedes does. Maybe a better shot than a Ferrari, too, at this rate.
Yeah, but safety car in this lap. Nick on the 5-lap old softs. I think maybe if we get one more safety car, Nick might just stay out and just stick the softs to the hair. But oh, it looked like he was gonna go right there. I think if he went right there, he would have really caught Zenke lacking right there. And he goes right here. Zenke already almost 6/10 behind, almost a second behind him already.
Oh,
Pablo leaves
has
the session again,
disconnected.
unfortunately, in P3. Looks like Red Arrow's going to take advantage of that and dive down the inside of Pablo's Ghost. Charles Leclerc. All right, but here we go. Looks like Waffle Raptor really close behind Pablo, too. For Pablo's sake, he hopes that he doesn't dive down his inside here. Waffle can break as late as he wants to get inside the AI. Doesn't do it, though. Gonna get the move done here, though, I think. Looks like Chipman's gonna get the move done on M1K. Yeah, there you go. Waffle Raptor bumps Pablo's AI out of the way. And Nick's softs really aren't as powerful as I thought. I thought once Nick put these on, he would just start flying away.
Yeah, I think Zenke is burning a little bit of battery to keep up with him at this time being. Actually, Nick has more battery than, or no, Zenke has more battery than Nick does at this time. So, you know, Zenke's just going to try and follow him a little bit as we're heading towards turn 16. You know, 2 more laps until we get DRS. We have yet to see DRS once this Grand Prix. And, you know,
Yeah, that's
I just got my fingers
crazy.
crossed.
That is actually crazy. No DRS yet this entire race. And, yeah, Zenke not going to really have to use battery here. He'll have this slipstream on Nick to pull himself a little bit closer. Looks like, looking on the field, Pablo's back in. Luckily for him. Looks like nobody's really close to each other. But now if you finish this race, you will get some sort of points. Zenke maybe breaks late right here. Gets grounded on the curb. Goes a little bit deep. Almost hit the back of Nick AC.
Yeah, Zenke's going to want to be a little bit more patient than what he is, because considering Nick is on a set of soft tires, so all he really needs to do is just follow along until Nick really starts to wear out those tires and go into pit lane. But M1K makes a move down the inside of Whitbay and was able to complete the move into turn 3.
Yeah, good move by him right here. And I think, what was I going to say? I think if Zenke stays in the DRS right here, I think Zenke definitely has the best chance here as long as no more safety cars come out.
Chipman got really close to the back of Whitjay, but he did not make any contact as through the castle section now. So it seems to be everybody starting to find a groove, but the last time we said that, a safety car came out. So
yeah, definitely got to keep the words in our mouth for this race. Oh, and Waffle Raptor goes off, loses his wing, and the safety car comes out.
oh my
Man,
God! See what happens when we literally talk.
All right,
man.
I think this will save Nick. If Nick AC doesn't pit here, I'm not sure what he's doing. Oh,
You know,
Chipman. It's a drive-through. Not going to hurt him too much, though, since he is the back of the grid. But Nick AC, yes, will be pitting. Zenke going to follow him into the pits. Red Arrow into the pits. I think Nick AC actually might come out with the lead here. Actually, yeah, everybody's going to come to softs here. Does Nick have fresher softs, though?
And guess who stays out? M1K.
Hey, I think at this point, you got to go. Yeah, Nick AC, fresh softs. He must have saved. Oh, yeah, he did crash out early during qualifying, so he has plenty of softs. Zenke, the only driver going to be on fresh mediums here in third with 4 fresh soft drivers behind him. And I think this might cause more carnage. There is no more safety cars, though. And, man, thinking about it right now, I'm kind of sad that Waffle Raptor didn't fully DNF because we still need one more.
Hey, you got plenty of time with everybody being off tires here.
Yeah, you are right. You are right.
But Zenki goes to a set of mediums, so that's a
Yeah.
little confusing, considering
I'm not
where
sure
he is
Zenki.
at in the grid. But
Yeah, I think.
we have also seen Zenki keep up with Nick AC while Nick was on a set of softs and Zenki was on a set of medium.
Yeah, I think Zenki didn't have any more fresh softs left, but I think used softs would have been better than medium, like new mediums for now. I mean, there is gonna be what around 7 laps of racing, maybe six laps of racing after the safety car comes in, because we will do one more lap. So
My fingers are crossed that it's going to come out now,
yeah,
or go in
I
now,
hope.
but.
Yeah, I hope for F124 they do that. If everybody caught up. But Nick AC only losing one spot here, our championship leader. His rival only 5 points behind him in P4 on fresh softs as well. Gonna look to get past Zenki as quick as possible to maybe fight for Nick AC. Can we maybe see the championship leaders take each other out?
Oh boy, we don't want to see that happen at all, but this is going to bring a pretty interesting, intense final
Oh, and
handful
M1K
of
is gonna bring
laps.
it in the pits. Pablo leaves the session again. Pablo, get that internet fixed, please, Pablo.
I mean, the lucky thing for Pablo
It
is
is
we are under
safety
safety car.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, so folks, we might be having a safety car galore Baku,
The
but just
safety
keep
car
in
Grand
mind,
Prix.
yeah, just keep in mind that you can't play bumper cars with the walls. And
Yeah. The walls
F1
are
comes back this weekend as they will be taking on Australia.
yeah, the walls here are definitely a lot harder than the cars, so those two don't mix very good. But
They do not.
what was I gonna say? Yeah. Looks like we're gonna have 6 laps of pure racing. No more safety cars or VSCs. So yeah, Chipman did get a drive-through, but I think he will be mad. But I think he knows as long as he finishes, he will get at least 2 points added to his resume. 2 points is the minimum you get as long as you finish. But yes, we will see. Safety car will be in this lap. Zenki gonna try and I think Zenki has to try and get past Nick AC here as quick as possible, or else Nick might pull away. I don't know though. We did see Zenki stay with Nick, but I think the issue is Red Arrow gonna try and pressure Zenki to maybe get past Nick, or Red Arrow's just gonna try and get past him as quick as possible.
Yeah, it's going to make things interesting up in the front between the front. Actually, I would say the front four. Because if I remember correctly, the front four are your top four drivers in these point standings.
Are they? Let me see.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm pulling up.
I don't think Zenki is in the top 4.
Okay, so no, he. Oops, that's the wrong division.
Zenki is P13 as of now. But Pablo is
Yep.
4th, Red Arrow 2nd, Nick AC 1st. But here we go. Nick AC already going. I didn't even realize that. Too busy looking at the things. Red Arrow gonna not be close enough to make the move on Zenki right here. Gonna stay behind. Kind of crazy seeing all the cars on the grid right there with only 9 cars here. Waffle Raptor getting a time penalty. Everybody keeping it clean right here.
Yeah, Chipman still does have that drive-through. He will have to serve under green flag conditions, but here comes Zenki all
Yeah,
over the
Zenki's
rear diffuser.
surprisingly close.
See how this is looking. Everybody is getting through these corners nice and smooth. Are we going to get another lap of green flag here as Nick AC sets a purple sector 1? so he is on pace to set the fastest lap.
Yeah, I think this is really going to come down to whoever uses the least amount of battery until the last lap. I think if it stays like this, it's really close right here. Zenki actually staying pretty close, but I think it is because of his battery usage. Yeah, still no DRS. I think DRS will get activated, though, within these 2 laps because I believe there is no more safety cars or DRS. So Nick AC going to look for the trifecta. 3 race wins in a row. Can he do it?
And it is pretty wild too, because the first win that Nick AC had, it was his first ever league race win, and I spoke to him and I said, now that you got your first one out of the way, watch the rest of them start to come. And he immediately banged out another victory last week, and on pace for 3 in a row, as he does have the fastest lap as well with a 1:43.6. But Zenki is hanging on to the back of him, staying within that 1 second range as we're making our way through turn 2.
Yeah, Nick AC seeming to be in the form of his life right now with these wins. And let me pull up telemetry. Zenki 33%, Nick AC 46%. It's actually pretty close between these 2 drivers considering the tire differential. Red Arrow 40, Pablo almost 70% for Pablo down there in P4. It's not going to be enough for Pablo if he stays that far behind with 5 laps to go. DRS will be activated once they cross the line here. Nick AC with about 10% more ERS. I don't know, Potty, I don't know if these soft tires fall off quick and Zenki stays close. Pablo not looking good for Pablo after an unfortunate disconnect again. But Red Arrow not seeming to have the pace. The driver P2 in the P2 in the standings, gonna look to take home a P3 here. But Zenki keeping it close, still 30% for Zenki, only a 10% battery difference for these front 2. DRS will open. Zenki's tires should be better by the end of the race right here.
Yeah, Zenki is starting to fall off. He's at about 8/10, and he is burning massively. And so wasn't Nick. DRS is enabled, everybody! Got DRS! We can celebrate! We can celebrate!
Yeah, Zenki, though, is blinking. DRS, though, this will be the first time a DRS flap opens this race. Let's see, and there it is! DRS is working, folks. It's not a glitch in the system. And Zenki now can save his battery until the last lap of the race if he just stays in DRS of Nick AC. I think it might be a little bit too late for Nick to get out of DRS unless Zenki makes a mistake. I don't want to say too much because our commentator's curse has been hitting really good this race.
Yeah, we should have done an over/under on commentator's curse tonight. We would have made a money.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like... Oof, Nick getting really close to that wall right there. And this is the part where Nick AC's tires should be better. Gaining the time to Zenki. Zenki's going to have to push really hard right here. 9/10 behind. Zenki is blinking. Can Nick AC push out of DRS on this main straight? Looks like Zenki got a really good exit right there. 2/10 to gain for Nick AC to get out of it. The DRS detection zone is really late into the corner. Oh, and Zenki, what a great exit for Zenki. Going to be gaining all the way down through here and then going to get DRS. And now... Sorry.
There's a moment of silence there. We do have a 3-car train between Pablo, M1K, and Jay, as the DRS is open and M1K is creeping up to the back, going down to the inside of Pablo. Is he going to make the move into turn 1? Yes, he does. He's looking for a better exit off the corner. But now Pablo is going to have DRS going down into turn 3. So is he going to be looking to fight right back? But guess who creeped right up to him? Whitjay is also in the picture as well. going down this very long DRS straight. Pablo jumped to the inside. Side-by-side action into the braking zone of turn 3. Still
Oh!
side-by-side, and looks like they both made it through unscathed. And Pablo has been booted again.
Where's Pablo's like on that Ethiopian internet, bro? Unfortunate for Pablo. Gotta not be scoring great points due to his disconnects, unfortunately. But Zenki, with 3 laps to go in this race, 7/10 behind again. Those soft tires really do push Zenki through this middle sector here, where Nick AC gains the most amount of time. Let's see the tire or the ERS graphic again. Zenki with 17%, Nick AC only with 30%. Still only about a 12% more battery difference. Zenki just gets a great exit off that last corner though. And I think, in my opinion, it's not looking good for Nick.
Yeah, Nick is definitely, the thing is Nick is getting a much better run down to the start-finish straight. Even though Zenki is closing up to him into turn 17. So it's going to really come down to the last lap. And if Zenki can save that battery,
Oh,
he's going to
Zenki
have to
hits the
dump
wall
it all.
slightly right there on the exit. I
Is he
think
missing an end plate?
I don't. No, I don't
No,
believe
he is
so.
not.
He is. Even with DRS there, he was losing time. He's about 8/10 back. He's going to need a really good few corners here to pad himself for the time loss in the middle sector coming up. Whitjay gets the move done on M1K. Sorry for missing that. And M1K looks maybe hit the back of Whitjay through there. His wing fully intact still. I think Zenki has to save his battery here, which he does. It's only about a 6% battery difference between these two. I think the mediums might be coming into play here.
And you know what? Zenki is actually missing an end plate.
Is he?
He's missing his
Oh, he
left
is!
front end plate.
This could help, though. More straight line speed in the straight.
And
Oh, and he
hits
hits
the wall.
again. Is that more damage? I think that might be. Oh, that's race over, I think. Yeah, the detection zone is down here. He's only going to lose more time. He's not using his battery, though, to get into DRS. What is he doing? Use your battery, Zenki. He used it too late. He didn't get DRS.
He did not, but he is going to have approximately a little bit more straight line speed as we're making a run down into turn 1. This is going to get very hairy starting the penultimate lap.
Yeah, I think Zenki really just hurt his chances right there. I think if he used his battery sooner to get into DRS right there, it would have been a lot closer. I mean, it is only a 15% battery difference between these guys, so it's not much, but yeah, I think Zenki, I think at this point just wants to bring it home P2, not let Red Arrow come into his spot in DRS. Yeah, looking back at Whitjay, M1K, and Pablo, these 3 are still all fighting.
Making our way through turn 4 between Whitjay, M1K, and Pablo as we're now heading towards 5 and 6. It's going to carry us into turn 7 of the nice tight right-hander.
Yeah, M1K all over the back of Whitjay here. I think second in this train is definitely the best spot to be right here. M1K maybe hit the wall right there. Yeah, second in this train I think is definitely the best in the train right here, especially with DRS on the last lap. But M1K does have more battery than Whitjay, about 14% more battery. So we'll see what he decides to do. Maybe he tries to break away right here from Whitjay.
Yeah, 7/10 of a gap separating these two cars, and that is definitely by far the closest battle on the grid at the time being. as M1K's got the DRS wide open, 4/10 and climbing down. Is he going to be able to make a move into turn
No,
one
he's
on
gonna
the
stay
final?
behind.
No, he's not. He's
That's smart
probably
from him.
looking off the exit of turn two to have that DRS going down into turn three. Will we see a move? DRS flap wide open. He's now creeping up to the back. Not really. He's actually losing as Witjay is burning all of his battery down the straight. But I think M1K is going to wait until they start off the exit of turn 20 using the DRS to race him to the line.
Yeah, gotta be a run to the line. Witjay gotta start, hopefully, for him, save battery from right now. Don't use any more until the last corner exit. Looks like there's about a 20% battery difference, and that with DRS. Oh, and
Oh no! Hey!
yes! Last lap, the bet hits. Unbelievable! M1K with an absolute bottle right there, locking up, losing his wheel. Gonna lose the P5 at the minimum. And coming across the line, taking the last corner right here, keeps it out of the wall. Nick AC gonna complete the trifecta, wins in Monza, wins in Belgium, and he's gonna bring it home to win in Baku.
I don't know, if he keeps swerving like that, he might hit the wall.
He does it! Zenki coming across, I believe his best finish of the season. P2 Red Arrow. P2 in the Drivers' Championship brings it home. P3 damage control for him. Paul in P4 almost gets a third straight P3. Witjay, best result of the season for him for sure. Pablo 6. Chipman gonna be coming across the line shortly after for P7. And Waffle Raptor gonna be weaving, bringing home. What is that? 4
Waffle
points for
Raptor
him.
is so excited. He survived Baku City. We survived Baku City, guys.
Yeah,
We
Nick
survived.
AC completing the last of first challenge to get his trifecta win. Congrats to Nick AC. We'll see what he has to say about that in the interviews coming up. If you want to go through the finishing order.
Absolutely, I will do that for you. So at the top for the third week in a row, Nick A30 had taken the victory. Started from very last place position on the grid. Zenki in P2, Red Arrow in P3, Pullen Hell in 4th. Rounding out the top 5 is Witjay. In P6 is Pablo. 7th is Chipman. Waffle Raptor in 8th. M1K 9th. Days Freak 10th. Grew 11th. Angel in 12th. Easy 10 in 13th. Electric Entree in 14th. ASAP Loggy will round out the field as he did not even complete a lap. And so he has no best time on the board.
Yeah, it's one of those days, huh? One of those days. Um, yeah, if you bet under 9 drivers, congratulations. The last lap hit. What a line right there. Yeah, Waffle Raptor, our last finisher, bringing home 4 points. Not a bad performance. I mean, not what he wanted, but hey, he got points. And yeah, let me get these guys in. Nick, Zenki, and Red Arrow for some interviews. How does that sound?
Oh, it sounds perfect. And once we do these interviews, I can go to bed.
Yep.
I've been managing to keep myself awake the entire day.
Where is my... One second. I think I might have to start a new VC real quick.
No, I found it. Hold on.
Did you?
Yeah, it's
Wait, I
above
can't.
it.
Where?
Oh, I can't invite because I'm not the
Here,
owner.
Here, 1 second. Are you here? Alright, I should be good now. Let's get these guys in here. Nick AC. Oh, he's already joined? Okay. Zenki. and red arrow. Hello, hello, Johnny.
We got you.
Perfect, perfect. There we go.
I had to join.
Who do we want to start with, Johnny?
Oh, well, we got everybody in here, so we will start with our P3 finisher, Red Arrow. Red Arrow, congratulations on managing to take the car home on the podium. Um, Tough track, I know, not everybody's favorite. A lot of safety cars tonight. We have designated our driver of the day to be the safety car. But anyways, in the meantime, congratulations on your podium finish. What's your what was your game plan going into the race? I mean, obviously driving to survive, but just pit strategy wise and take us through your race.
I mean, I was thinking of, like you said, drive to survive is mainly the whole thing. Get by turn one and turn two. Let the race come to me. Hard to mediums. If we didn't, I was hoping for less safety cars than we had tonight, so the hard could actually be a factor. It ended up not being a factor, so strategy was up in the air. So as soon as you got on that medium and that last safety car to go on the softs, it was just pretty much um, straightforward. I don't have didn't have the wing levels as the rest of my tier tonight. It's pretty noticeable. The two people in front of me were pretty fast on the straights, leaving me in the dust. So I had to go on the soft tire to finish out the stint and just bring it home. Just build a gap in the second sector and just bring it on home.
Absolutely. Congrats once again. Off to you, Mindset.
Yeah, it's nice to see you back in here again. What was I gonna say? I don't know.
Unexpected.
Yeah, yeah.
Unexpected.
How difficult was it to make your way through the field with no incidents with anybody and not getting damage?
Oh man, just a just hard enough to race this track on controller. Uh, had on the pressure of the people behind you trying to pass you every corner, and it was a bit stressful for a while. But I got saved honestly by the safety car, our race driver of the day, because like I said, I didn't have the wing level. I didn't. I was expecting mid uh, fifth through seventh finishing this round based on the wing levels this tier was running. I'm just happy to be finishing third, not losing a lot of points to Nick at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, congratulations on the P3, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right, Johnny, do you want to move on to our second place finisher, Zenki?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I'm going to say this, Zenke. It's about time you showed up for Aston Martin this season. I
Whoop
mean,
whoop.
boy, have I been waiting to see a green car in any other division on podium. And man, it's about time you did it. Anyways, last few laps, I saw you were up with Nick AC there, and then you managed to lose your left front end plate. I'm not exactly sure where you lost it. I think it was probably in sector two, but through the end of the race, it just kind of came down to carrying the car back to the finish line to finish. Um, but from your point of view, I mean, you got pole, kind of ran up in the front for most of the race. Uh, so just kind of take us through your race and give us your point of view.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely had highest wings out of probably anybody, contrary to what Arrow might think. So I was really banking on being fast in sector two, and I definitely was not a fan of how many safety cars we had because I had quite a few heavy gaps while on the hards and even the mediums.
Yeah.
But I am bummed that I did bump Nick there. I'm glad it didn't cause either of us to be out of the race. Just sent it a bit too hard into that turn right before the castle section. I ended up taking damage, and my engineer was pretty adamant on me on just I have a 5 second gap, get it across the finish line. We have a podium. You're not going to get the win, but we got a podium.
Absolutely. Well, it's about time you do something right for Aston Martin. So, congratulations on your P2 finish, and I'll hand it over to Mindset.
Thank you.
How's it going, Zenki?
I'm honestly just glad I didn't die.
Yeah, I bet. I'm definitely not looking forward to racing here, but sadly for you, you didn't get the win after qualifying pole. But how was your pace feeling like all race? Did you really have like any like crazy moments that you thought you would crash out or anything?
No, truthfully, other until the end, I had a couple of close calls with the wing damage, but I put in a lot of. That was the only thing is we didn't know if we should go to the softs at the end there because I actually didn't practice at all on softs. I did mediums and hards, and I definitely felt I was able to keep up with Nick there pretty well at the end on the mediums. That's why I'm kind of bummed I ended up not being able to fully battle him out to the end because I thought we could have made it close on that final stretch for sure, but I felt like I was pretty solid throughout the whole race, just focused on my braking points. And even though I had higher wings, as long as I could stay with guys within a second, I was pretty confident in myself. Using my battery properly was a big part in the beginning, building that gap even on hards. So,
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, the safety cars did hurt your race a little bit, but congratulations on the P2, the highest finish for you this season. I think your teammate. So that's definitely good points for Aston Martin there, and looking forward to seeing if you can do it again next week.
yes, sir. Looking forward to being back here.
All right.
All right. Well, we're gonna head over to Nick. Um, I was just kidding, Nick. You are the driver of the day today. Um, but what did I tell you at Monza after you got your first win, your first ever league race win? Once you get one, the rest are gonna start coming. Now you just can't stay off the top step of the podium. So, congratulations for your third race in a row. And this time you made it a little bit challenging for yourself. You decided you wanted to start from the back of the grid. Turned out to be a very smart decision for you. Um, but just kind of take us through, coming through the field, being, a driver that started in P15 and managed to put himself on the top step of the podium.
I appreciate all that. It was honestly like one of my harder races, and pretty much the reason I crashed in quality and like got in that position was because my brake pedal was actually kind of messed up, and I just
Oh.
kind of had to deal with it during the race and learn how to drive with it. So it was super understeery, but I think the safety car helped me a lot today. Honestly, I wasn't fighting too many guys other than that, other than race start, and then at that point, I'm just trying to get through the field and honestly just keep the car out of the wall.
Yeah, well, I mean, you probably did the best job out of everybody on the grid of keeping the car out of the wall. I think there's more wing changes than there was drivers on the grid tonight. So, but congratulations for your third week in a row to get the victory, as you will be extending your points lead a little bit. But I'm going to hand it over to Mindset and let him take it away.
Yeah. First of all, I just want to congratulate you on the hat trick, 3 in a row. That's got to feel pretty good. I'm pretty sure anybody who gets 3 in a row has got to be very happy. But yeah, like you said, your brake pedal wasn't really the greatest, and you were understeery. Is that mainly the reason why on the softs you weren't really pulling away too much from Zenki on the mediums?
Yeah, I think so. Because the tires were honestly in really good shape, but it's just like corner exit was really tricky, and mid corner was even more tricky because I just didn't know how the car would react to just a little tap of the brake. So other than that, it wasn't bad, and I think that I maximized the pace on the other tires.
Yeah, well, that's really all I have. I just congratulations for getting 3 in a row, and maybe are you gonna go for four next week?
Oh yeah, well, believe it or not, I'm not too tired of winning, so I'm gonna go for the fourth one.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it, folks. That is our podium. Nick AC takes home the win for the third week in a row with Zenki in P2, and Red Arrow comes home in P3. Tomorrow afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. GMT time, you will see the EU2 division take on Baku City Circuit. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 a.m. GMT time, you will see the AM2 division take on Baku. On Thursday afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, you have the EU1 division, and 9 p.m. Eastern Time, you will have the AM1 division taking on Baku. Next week, these drivers will be heading to the wonderful Miami. I am the Johnny Damon. Alongside me tonight is Cost Mindset. We hope you guys have a fantastic night, and we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow afternoon for for the EU2 race, and hopefully you guys tune in and we get some more safety cars.
Yeah. Well, have a good night, everybody.